Hi Libra, welcome to November. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. So this month we have a new moon in Scorpio on the 4th, and then we have Venus, your ruling planet, moving into Capricorn on the 5th, and Mercury moves into Scorpio on the 5th as well. Then we have a full moon in Taurus. It's a partial eclipse on the 19th, and then Mercury moves into Sag on the 24th. So let's see what Libra, we'll talk about the astrology later. Let's see what Libra needs to know about love and relationships. What does Libra need to know about love and relationships for the month of November 2021? What does Libra need to know about love and relationships? What is coming up for Libra in November 2021 in terms of love and relationships? The Strength card, the Three of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Fool, the Ten of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the card at the bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. Okay. So you may be dealing with, the Strength card here, you could be dealing with a Leo. But the Strength card is also about learning how to get your needs met without overreacting. Learning how to find a balance within your emotions. You might have a partner or a friend. You might be dealing with someone who has anger issues or doesn't know how to get their needs met without having a major come apart. And it could either be you or your partner learning how to express yourself, learning how to not go to extremes. And sometimes the Strength card could mean that, not living in, don't have like a black or white mentality, like it's either all or nothing. Try to find that middle ground. The Strength card could also mean that you're dealing with issues that center around self-esteem. What am I worth? Do I feel worthy of love? You have the Three of Cups here. So the Three of Cups can have two meanings. On the one hand, it can mean parties and celebration, getting together with friends. I feel like you have a lot of people around you that want to see you succeed, that want to see you happy, that are there for you. Sometimes the Three of Cups can represent, though, a third party, a triangle, a love triangle. And so you might be trying to choose between two people. Like, well, who's the right person for me? Should I date this person? Like, maybe you're just in the dating mode. For those of you who are just dating, you might be trying to choose between two people. Maybe you're not ready for commitment yet. The Eight of Pentacles is here, and the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like in the past you've been really focused on work and getting ahead in life and building a sense of financial security. And you may have achieved that. You may have achieved your career goals because the Nine of Pentacles is about someone who is working possibly as a manager or someone who's in charge of their schedule. Maybe sometimes you might even have your own business, or you might have working in a job where you can control conditions, where you can control your schedule, where you're in charge in some way. You're not being micromanaged. You have more control because she's living at her house. She's got a beautiful house, and he or she is existing in a state of financial abundance. But it's also a card of loneliness. Like, I have all these things. What good is it if I can't share it with someone? I feel like a message is coming. You have the Hawk here. And you also have this King of Swords, which is a card, and it could be your energy as a Libra, where you're trying to make a decision and you're trying to decide what's right for you. So you're using discernment, you're using logic and intellect to make a decision rather than letting your heart decide. Some people use their feelings to make, they let their heart rule their head instead of the other way around. But usually Libra is very logical. And Libra is thinking, you're more intellectual and you make decisions based on what makes sense, what's logical, rather than how you feel. So you could be really attracted to someone, but you may say, well, this would never work and I'm just not going to go there. But, so this is what you're kind of like trying to separate what's real and what's not real. So if you have more than one option in your life for love, you might be trying to figure out, well, what's the best option? I feel that you're on the edge of a new cycle coming in. You have the Fool card here. This is a card of new energy. So you may have ended something because you have the Ten of Swords here in your wish fulfillment. Something may have ended in your life. A cycle has ended. Maybe you felt beaten down or betrayed or just, it was a traumatic ending. You also have the Ten of Wands, which is another ending card. Whenever you have the tens, it's the end of a cycle. And the Ten of Wands is a card of carrying a heavy burden. So it could have been a relationship that you were in that was very burdensome. Maybe, and especially with this Strength card here, I feel that you were really dealing with someone that had psychological issues or some type of heavy problem that was, you felt like you were carrying the weight of that relationship, carrying the responsibility of that relationship. And with the Three of Cups, there could be some third-party situation, issues around, can I trust this person? That could have been part of the equation. But in any case, I feel like that is done. That's over with. And you have an opportunity now to build a new life. You have the Fool card here. This is a new cycle coming in. It's not there yet because it's up here. It's kind of just forming. So that may come up maybe this month or next month where you're going to be ready to move into a new cycle. You have the Two of Wands here. That's about contemplating a partnership. You may have a potential to partner with someone, but you're not sure. You're waiting to see what's going to happen. And it's in your negative thinking sector. So if you really want to think positive, but you're not. You're thinking, and I feel like a part of you, that you're having self-doubt. Like, I don't know if this is going to work. You're not feeling good about yourself in some way. In your environment, you have the Five of Wands. That's a card of conflict, petty conflict, not getting along with coworkers or people that you're dealing with. Everybody's got their own agenda. So you may feel a little frustrated at work or even in a relationship where you feel like you just can't see eye to eye with someone. Like you're always fighting over stuff, like little things that don't mean anything. And it could be because of work stress or there are underlying issues in the relationship that you're not dealing with. And you're just focusing on the little things and you're fighting over little things, but you're not dealing with the main issue. That's why with the Strength card, I feel that if you're in a relationship and you're having these petty conflicts and you're feeling like really this heavy energy, it would be good to go for counseling to get at those underlying issues and to resolve it. The Ten of Swords energy, I mean, you're coming out of a dark time. You've been through the mill in a relationship. I feel like there was an ending that was traumatic. You might still be recovering from it. The Five of Wands could also mean internal conflict. Maybe you're not sure where you go from here. Where do I go from here? I've dealt with this ending. I've put down the burden. For some of you might have ended a relationship that was just too much. You came to the end of the line with something. So you're being released. The Ten of Swords is actually a good card because it means the worst is over. And now you can move up. You can, everything can get better from here. It can't get any worse when you're at the Ten of Swords. So you're putting down the burden. If you've been working too hard, sometimes, we throw ourselves into work, not to avoid the problems that we are having at home. And then we stop living. We're just all work and no play. So you're getting to that point where you really need to release this energy of whatever ended. You need to put down those burdens and get ready for this new beginning. Maybe get out and socialize. That can help take away some of the stress that you're under. And then as an outcome, you have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is actually a good card. So if there's any type of competition in a relationship, you have the upper hand. So if you're like dating and you're interested in someone and they're dating other people, you have the upper hand. You're the favored person. On the other hand, it also means standing your ground and setting boundaries. So it's maybe a situation where you have to set boundaries with someone. Maybe someone's not respecting your boundaries. You have to fight for what you believe in. Fight for what you want. So don't worry about the competition. If you're interested in someone, go for it. Don't worry about the competition. Don't let insecurity hold you back from going for what you want or who you want. If you're in a relationship, it may be where you have to set some boundaries and to stop the petty conflict. But I feel that you're going to be making a decision this month. And you're going to have to make some choices. But the main thing I see is releasing the past. Don't carry that, the heartache of that ending. Don't carry the weight of the past relationship and bring that into the new situation. You want to release that so that you could start fresh. The Fool is about starting fresh. It's like wiping the slate clean, starting over. And it can be kind of scary if you're with someone brand new, because it's like, I don't even know how to act with this new person. Now, if it could also be a new beginning in a current relationship where you decide to work out your problems and you go, you know what, let's just have a new start. Let's forget the past. Let's turn the page. Let's try again with counseling. Maybe we can make it work this time. So it's not like everything is lost. You may be feeling that way. You may be feeling defeated and beaten down, and especially if there was infidelity in a relationship. But you always have the potential to start anew. So here's the thing. If you're in a relationship that's been having problems, through counseling you can fix it and have a new beginning. But you're going to have to set boundaries, and you're going to have to make some decisions and communicate. Talk about things that might not be easy to talk about. If you're not in a relationship and you've had an ending and now you're looking for someone new, you can, you might be a little afraid to get into a new relationship, but don't let fear hold you back, because you have an opportunity for this new beginning. And don't bring up the past. Let the past go. Don't think, well, the new person might be like the past person, and I don't, and then that's going to just block you. So don't let internal conflict or thoughts about the past stop you from any potential partnership, because I think that you can have that. You can have a new beginning, but you have to really wipe the slate clean and really don't bring up the past. Let the past die out. Learn from it, but don't repeat it. Don't bring it up. Don't expect it in the future. Really have a new start. And you can do that. I feel like you can do that. So, where's this new moon falling for you? It's falling in your second house, and Mars is also there. So the moon conjuncts Mars, and then it conjuncts the sun, and then opposes Uranus. So your financial houses are being activated at this new moon. But the second house is not just money. So you have an opportunity to make money, to have a new beginning around finances. But it's also, the second house is also self-esteem, self-worth, and what you value. So you may have a new way of looking at yourself, like, a new beginning where you're valuing yourself more, where you're not settling for less, where you're demanding what you deserve. And that could be, and with Mars there, Mars is going to give you the courage to ask for what you need, to ask for what you want, to take action. So especially if you're having any financial difficulties, Mars will give you that ambition and that drive to go after what you want, to change your situation so that you have a better grip on your money. So if you're not making enough because you're not valuing yourself enough to demand more, and that could be love or money, you have an opportunity with this new moon to have a new start. And with Uranus in the 8th house, there could be some unexpected developments around a partner's income, both positive or negative. Anything could happen with Uranus. You could have a sudden windfall come in. or a sudden tax expense. I mean, it could even be sudden money, because the eighth house is resources that you get from other people, not the money that you make in your job. So it could be an inheritance, an insurance payout, a lottery win. I mean, anything, a loan from a bank. But something unexpected is going to happen in the eighth house. And the eighth house is also the house of intimacy and transformation. So it could be a new relationship comes into your life that where you connect with someone on a really deep level. It changes your life in that way too, where you start to feel better about yourself. You feel more empowered by this relationship because of the intimacy, because you're really bonding at that soul level. Venus is in your third house and Mercury is in your first house, so you're really feeling like communicating. And you might be reaching out. With Venus, Mercury is going to be sextile Venus, and Venus is in the third, so your relationships with siblings and friends and aunts and uncles are going to be better, especially if you reach out to them. So it's a good time to, if you haven't talked to someone in a while, reach out, because I think they're going to be there for you. They're going to be supportive. So if you're going through a difficulty in a relationship or a financial situation, reach out to your family. They will be there to help you. They will be, but you have to take action. With the sextile is a positive energy, but it only brings its positivity if you take action. It's not an automatic thing. You have to do something to benefit from it. So now's the time to speak up and reach out, and you'll get the love that you need. But you have to, like I said, you have to take action. Now, Mars in the second is squaring Saturn in the fifth. So you could have some restrictions around money in relation to children. The fifth house is children, or it could also be a creative project, like you want to do something, but you may not feel like you have the money to do it, so you might have to figure out a way to pay for what you want to do. You may be so busy with work that you don't have any fun, so you're going to have to fight to find that balance this month. It can't be all work and no play. Leave time for fun, or you're going to not be a happy camper. You have Chiron in your seventh house, so there's some healing that still needs to be done around relationships. You might still be recovering from a breakup or an ending that was very traumatic, but you need to heal and move on. So then we have this full moon, and it's a partial eclipse. It's a lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipses sometimes eclipse female figures from our lives, but in any case, the truth is going to come out around this full moon, and the moon is in your eighth house. And the eighth house is the house of, well, the moon's in your eighth house and the sun, Mercury and Mars are in your second. So you're going to hear news about some kind of financial situation. Something's coming to culmination, completion. So if you're waiting for like an insurance payout or some kind of money coming in, it probably will come in around the full moon. And that might help you to pay off some bills. But there's also, Uranus is also there, so whatever happens might happen unexpectedly. It could be a sudden windfall or a sudden expense that comes up and you have to pay, because Mars is not usually a favorable planet. But in any case, you're going to really be determined to bring more financial, more money into your life. You want to feel more financially secure this month, and you're going to be fighting for that. And you may even see at the full moon, usually it brings things to the surface so that you can see what the problem is. You may see how maybe your behavior has affected your financial situation. And you're going to be confronting those demons and maybe doing something about it, healing it. What's stopping me from earning more money? What's stopping me from finding an intimate connection? Where am I blocking myself from, do I feel like I deserve love? Do I feel like I'm being paid what I'm worth? Do I feel like I'm receiving the love I deserve, or am I settling for less? So all those issues are going to come up. And if the answer is no, you might actually do something about it this month, because Mars is there to stir up the fire. Mars is lighting a fire in your second house, saying, come on, take action. You got to take action. You can't exist, you can't just let things slide. Mars is giving you that courage, because Mars in Scorpio is very strong. It's giving you the courage to take action, to resolve this issue once and for all. Now, you also have Venus in your fourth, trining Uranus in the eighth. So there could be an unexpected love relationship that comes in that brings greater intimacy into your life. and also brings greater joy and harmony and peace in your home life. So if you're looking to connect with someone and create a happy home and family, maybe even move into a beautiful home, this could happen unexpectedly. I feel like there's some unexpected financial thing that happens that helps you to create, that gives you the money that you can now work on your house or just have greater harmony in a relationship. Jupiter is still in your 5th house. It will be till the end of the year. So it's really the time to get out there and have some fun. And if you're looking for romance, do it while Jupiter's there. It increases your chances and opportunity for love, and also to have the courage to express yourself in a creative way. So if you're wanting luck along those lines, or even if you're wanting to have children, Jupiter can sometimes bring abundance around your children. The North Node it's an outer sign conjunction with the Moon. So you may feel like it's in Gemini. You may be reaching out to someone at a distance. You may decide to travel. You may meet someone. If you're meeting someone new at this full moon, it may be someone from a different culture than you, or someone who has a different spiritual beliefs than you. Someone who expands your awareness or raises your consciousness in some way. So your thinking is going to be changing, your belief system is going to be changing. It's bringing fresh air into your relationship, into your life, so that you're like not stuck in a rut. Now, the only thing you have to worry about this month is if you're speaking your truth, you have to don't exaggerate, don't go over the top, because Mercury is going to be squaring Jupiter at this full moon, or just a few days later. It'll be close at the full moon. It'll be exact a few days later. So if you're talking about, you might be talking to your children or even a romantic partner about money, some financial issue, or about, am I getting what I deserve in love? Don't exaggerate, because Jupiter square Mercury, you might blow things out of proportion or exaggerate the facts or go over the top in your communication style, especially since Mercury's in Scorpio. And Mercury is sextile Pluto, which is in your 4th house. So you're going to be talking about some serious issues. You're not going to, you're going to see the family dynamic more clearly. And that's good because it gives you a chance to transform it, to change that dynamic. So a lot of times we are programmed by our childhood experiences, our early childhood programming. And this program has affected your financial situation, your self-worth, your values. And so you have to look at that and see, where have I been programmed to act this way, or to believe this about myself, or to settle for less. And once you solve that, then you can start attracting abundance back into your life. And Mars is opposing Uranus. So if you do have a conflict, you could do something reckless. You don't want to. Mars in your 2nd house opposing Uranus in the 8th house. It's a reckless, volatile energy. So if you get into an argument with someone over money, you might wind up saying things you don't mean, or you might take actions that you later regret. So like if a big chunk of money comes in, don't go blowing it on something, on impulse. Or just take some time and think about it before you take action, because Mars is the Mars energy can sometimes be over the top. Mars is very strong, so you don't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize your security, your financial security. If you get a chunk of money, invest it wisely. Don't, be reckless with it. But for the most part, I think you can make real strides in your self-esteem, your self-worth, and in your financial abundance this month. And you can start attracting the love and the money that you need. But you may have to work on some of those hidden things, that hidden programming that we all have, that's blocking us from achieving our goals and our abundance. So release the past. Don't be afraid to start a new cycle. Don't bring the past into the future. And you'll do fine. Stand up for what you believe in, set your boundaries, and you will do fine this month. So that's my forecast, Libra. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, leave a comment if this resonated with your life. And since this is a general reading, it may not apply to everyone, but if you want a specific reading that just deals with your situation, click on the link in the description box, and it will take you to my website, and we will get you on the schedule, and we'll be working together. So in the meantime, thank you for supporting this channel. If you're celebrating Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. And I hope you have a wonderful November. I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.